Good evening, Sunday, wonderful evening. Welcome to DeWitt 3D, here live from Alberta, Canada. Welcome everybody who's here. We have our early birds as usual, Joe Velasco, Brendan Wilson. Hello, hello. And we have VRich3733 here tonight. Rex Waldy is here. And that's all that have checked in on chat so far. And we have 9 people viewing so far, 1 on Twitch, 1 lonely person on Twitch, and 8 of you on YouTube. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you think about it. If you want to hit the like button down there. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but all you guys are subscribers, and I appreciate that. And follow me on Twitch if you don't follow me on Twitch already. So thank you so much, everybody who's watching. We are going to continue the Voron 4.2 tonight. We are working on the Stealthburner, and then I believe after the Stealthburner, we get into electronics. Ooh, so that's great. So a couple different camera views tonight. I've been changing things up a little bit with the cameras. Hopefully we got some better experiences tonight. We had a live stream last night building a King Room KP3S, which is just around the corner here. And it went very well. So, and I thank everybody who was there. If you're here and you were there, thank you very much. So without further ado, we are going to get into the Stealthburner, which last week when we left off, previously on DeWitt 3D, we had gotten into we had printed all the parts. Last week we built, let me look at this, watch this, ready, go. Last week we built this guy, the Clockwork 2 extruder. Okay, we built that. That's all ready to go. We built it and tuned it up. Got it going. We have our Voron Revo hot end all set up and ready to go. Okay, and we have our Stealthburner all ready to go. Now, I had broke a piece last week, as you can kind of see where I glued it. Yes, it left a black mark where the glue is, but it is stronger than the original piece because of the kind of glue I used. And you're never going to see that anyways because it kind of sits like this. You don't see it from that side. And the only way you're going to see it is if you look underneath, which I'm fine with. So that is fine. That's easy to work with. No problem at all. Okay. Double check and see if there's any more hellos to do. We have 5 likes, 9 watching. I'm going to give myself a like. We have 6 likes. See if I can start a trend there. There we go. It's okay to like myself. Brendan Wilson missed the stream, but you watched it today. Well, thank you very much. Good. I know sometimes I got to go back and index some of these streams because sometimes they can be tedious to watch. Whereas at least if I index them to certain parts of the stream, then it makes it a little easier to find if you're looking for a specific area, like, okay, you know, how did he tune the Clockwork 2? Then if I index that, I got to get better at indexing my live videos, but we're working on a whole new kind of series and type thing moving forward. So hopefully things are going to get a little bit better. So let's move on. When we last left off, this is where we were. We had previously, we'd assembled everything. This is the Stealthburner instruction manual. So we assembled everything. We put the hot end in. We put the PTFE tube in. We made sure we had it cut to 11 millimeters. And that's where we left off. And now we're at the I guess this is just called the Stealthburner, the cover, whatever we want to call it, when we're going to start building the guts in the inside of this. We've already cut the tabs out. There's 3 spots where we had to cut the support tabs out. Those have been cut out. And now we are looking at the, doing the, why does that seem bigger? Oh, that's fine. The LEDs. So the nice thing about this kit, and I'm going to do with my little overhead cam because it's got a kind of a cool view here. Nice thing, one of the other nice things about these Voron, these LDO kits, sorry, is that, for instance, the LEDs are already pre-wired. So when I pull this out of the kit, we have the 3 LEDs pre-wired. Why did that just get dark all of a sudden above my on my overhead? Come on, don't do that. That just did get dark, didn't it? I'm going to, give me one sec. The camera, the automatic exposure thing on that camera can be a little bit of a pain. So I'm going to, with the help of technology and the little accessories I have in here, we're going to plug a plug in here. Come on, this way. And we are going to, hopefully, let's just see, we're going to It didn't do too much. Actually, it's a little too high. If I lower that, bring it in. Oh, that's going to play havoc on the screen up above, isn't it? Unless I do that and then raise it up a bit. It's not really going to help it much. Okay. Oh, well, thought I'd try. Not really making much of a difference, so it's not that bright. That camera was a little brighter earlier when I turned it on, so I don't know what happened to it between then and now, but that's okay. I've got all my lights on. That kind of sucks. What if I move it over a little bit? And like this. That is weird why it's not giving me a good... and it's not even focusing. Maybe it's time to retire that particular camera. Who knows? Anyways, so we have this. The LED kit is all pre-wired up, so I don't have to go through any of the wiring, which they are showing in the diagram there in your bottom right. Hey, 3D print newbie Milan, how are you? Long time no see. It's been a couple weeks, hasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so if we scroll down, we have the logo LED, which is sort of the individual one. So if we hold this kind of out like in a pattern like this, there's the plug. So this is going to the control board. So the logo LED is the one that's sort of the first one in the chain. And then we have our two fan LEDs, which are down below. So feels like I got a popcorn kernel in my teeth, but I have not eaten popcorn. So if we scroll down, we have our logo LED holder. So that is this fine little device right. That is this fine little device right. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, I bet it's in this box. Aha. There's that piece I'm looking for right there. Such a tiny piece. There we are. I found the few pieces I needed. Here we go. Man, I wish that was a little bit lighter. Actually, you know what I can do? Bear with me. I can go into OBS. Apparently the new OBS, for those of you that use OBS, apparently on the new OBS, you can set your camera settings in OBS, and then you can actually, if I configure video and brighten it up a bit, there we are. That's a little better. But when you close OBS down and open it up again now, that resets to the way it was. But apparently now, with the new version, it maintains this camera setting. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that's a little better. I like that better. It's not nearly as dull, not nearly as boring. Okay, so we're going to put the logo LED into the logo holder. Now, I printed two of them just because I could, because they're tiny, tiny pieces, and they both look reasonably good to me. So I'm just going to pick one. And it's the first one in the key. So these things just kind of slide. Let me go to the close-up camera here. So these things just kind of slide. There's like a little groove in there. And that just kind of slides in like so. And you'll see there's a little hole in the LED holder. And you slide that down just far enough so basically your LED is right in the middle. There we go. That one went in. I think it could go in a little further. I just don't want to break any wires here. These are all beautifully wired. So there we go. That's nicely centered in that LED right there. Whoops, there we go. Cameras. One of these days I'll afford better cameras. Anyways, so we have that one in. We have already built the logo piece. So we have done the translucent logo. Again, I printed a spare of that. So that was a translucent logo. That's the Voron logo printed out of clear PETG. Okay, so again, I as always, I did a spare, and then we insert that into the carrier, like so. Now, the only thing that it doesn't do in the instructions, it shows those pieces protruding out through. Now, mine, it does not protrude out through. It's in as far as it'll go, and it will not protrude out through. And I tried to force it through before, and I cracked the case. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue. It is not quite in line You can see it's not quite fully inserted there. You can still see a little bit of white lip, but I cannot push that through any further for the life of me. So that is kind of where it's going to stay. So we'll see if that causes an issue as we move on. Okay. So now we're going to insert the other two tool head LEDs we have left and a right. I'm just going to go back quickly and see which one. So the one coming off of the logo LED immediately is the tool head right, and the other one, the one that's hanging out on its own, is the tool head left. Okay, so tool head left, that is with this facing this way. Now these things just slide right in here. So tool head left is going to go. There's a little groove to slide it in. Let's hope we don't break the piece. And oh, it's tight because of where I glued it, but I think I can get around that. There we go. Oh, it's got to go in further. There we go. Here, I'll give you a close-up of what I'm doing here. So I'm just basically sliding the LED into the groove that has been created here. Oh, that's tight. So I'm going to go back to the overhead and use my other hand here because I really don't want to crack my printed piece. There we are. We are in. I think we're in. There we go. There, it's snapped into place now. So there it is. There it is. You can kind of see it snapped into position. Again, ignore that black. You're not going to see that anyways. That's the adhesive I used to fix the part. So, okay, then we're going to put the other one in the same way or similar way. So there's a little wire path underneath. So we're going to run this one over this way, and we will slide this LED in. And all the wiring is coming sort of facing straight out. So this one's going to slide in. These pieces are very, very fragile, so I got to be careful not to break this piece. These pointy pieces seem to break real easy. And, oh, come on. And did that just crack? No, it didn't. I'm going to slide that in carefully. There we are. Okay. So there we have both of them in. And I'm going to assume, but I'll read, that the wires are going to run down that little groove right here. That we're going to run those wires down. But there is the hot end, or the fan LEDs, or whatever, however we call those. There we go. Yeah. Okay, cool. Although that could do for a bit of a twist in there. Looks like it's just a little bit twisted. I just got to be very careful not to break this hot end. I think we're going to be good there. So let me run those wires down that groove if I can. Actually, let me follow the instructions and see what it says. Diffuser insertion. Okay, let's insert the diffuser first. So the diffuser is going to go face down with the logo facing out and then snap inside of here. This is a very, very tight space. So right in there in front of my finger is where that diffuser's got to go in so that the logo is kind of facing out front. Now this kind of makes me think that logo has to protrude out of this thing. And I'm wondering if it was a tolerance thing. Where's that other one I printed here? I'm wondering if I need to trim a little bit off of those, or if I just need to be a little bit more forceful in pushing this in, because this black piece is very, very thin and fragile, but I cannot push that in any further without, oh man. But I suspect that has to go in further. So let's just see if I can do it without cracking apart. It's not really cooperating. I don't want to get it in there and then not be able to get the LED portion in there because this is sticking up that little bit, but maybe I'm okay. I see a little bit of overhang filament coming down in here, so I'm just going to clean that out. Helps if I take a knife that actually has a blade in it. So let's just clean a little bit of that overhang stuff out of here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little sus of this thing here. Did I just use the word sus? I did just use the word sus. Who is texting me? Nobody. Oh, it's poll. Political polls. I love that. Okay, so this is going to go in this way down like this versus this. I'm sure this can only fit in one way. It's just a matter of which way, and I think maybe this way. Okay, so insert the printed parts and push them towards the front. Easier said than done with my big fingers, but let's see. Yikes. Let me grab an aid. Okay, first of all, can it go in either way? No, it can only go in one way. There's 3 roundish corners and 1 square corner, and I'm trying to find, I think it goes in this way right here. Yeah, so the square corner is up facing the left. That makes sense according to the instructions. Okay. I'm going to stim the tool man, Tim the Fool Man Maker. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Welcome, Dan. How are you? I'm going to trim a little bit off of this guy. The black is just for opacity, so the light doesn't leak outside of the logo. So I'm not worried if I trim a little bit of this off of here to give that a little better fit. There might be a tiny bit of elephant's foot on here, which could potentially prevent it from going in, especially if this is a very tight fit. So if I just trim the corners off of here very briefly, very lightly, this might assist this in going in. So let's try this again. Okay, pop it in and see if we can't get this to snap down. I'm going to break something if I keep doing that. Okay, let's try one more thing here. I have a little bit of a toolkit here for cleaning corners. Here we go. See if I can't get these corners a little rounder. It's a tight fit. There's no question about it. It's a tight fit, but we'll just work with it here for a minute. Could I have done this off camera? Yeah, but misery loves company. This little tool works a lot better than my knife anyways for cleaning these edges. There we go. Get that corner off a bit. Come down this edge like this. I don't really care how pretty it looks because you don't see this. There we go. We got a bit of stuff off. Let's try it again. Okay. Come on now. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Okay. Most peculiar, mama. Okay, get in there. Are you serious? I'll bet the Voron design team has very small hands. Okay, that's... anything good is worth working for is my philosophy. So this will be a really cool looking hot end when it's done. So let's take the time to do it. And let's take the time not just to do it, but let's take the time to do it right. And let's try not to. There we go. Let's try not to break any pieces. Oh, almost. It's almost there. I just need to get something in there to force it in. Get in. Get in. There we are. Oh, the back. The back. I think, get out of my face, screwdriver or hex key. You're annoying me. I think we got it. I think we got it. I just had to trim a little bit of the edges off that. And we want it to be a tight fit. But there we go. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, let's see if that's going to work. So we push that in. Then we slide the LED down in behind it. And then we worry about routing the wires. Okay, let's see if this LED is going to fit in there now. So this should just now... Snug as a rug and a bug, that's for sure, Dan. Let's see if this is going to slide in now. Because we got the wires to be concerned about. I don't want to reef on the wires here either. So if we go down, let's go like this. Come on, come on, get in there. Oh, I hope I don't wreck the wires. That is a very tight fit. Okay, well, let's see if I can't. There's a fan that's going to go in there, so that's got to go in even lower. Need something to push this down without wrecking my hand or I think we're in. There we are. You can see how kind of tight everything kind of had to fit in there. Here, let's see. There we go. So you can kind of see how the LED and the whole thing had to fit in there so tight in order just to get it to shine out through there. Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to work. Okay, well, at least I hope that's going to work. We're going to find out because we have to fit a fan in there. Obviously, a hot end fan in there. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's just move on here. Okay. It's either going to work or it's not. Now, LED wire routing. Okay, so I was correct. We have to route these wires. We're going to route from here down through here, under here, through into here. So I'm going to use tweezers to hopefully not damage, but yet just snugly push. I don't even want to use tweezers, they're too sharp. We're just going to route our wires here very carefully. You guys want to see a real close-up on my wire routing? What the heck? I put my my document camera, got rid of that big bulky arm, and I now have it on a little tripod. It's going to work wonders. See if this actually gives you a better view. That might give you a little better view of what I'm doing here. So So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to route these wires here down in behind here. And it's almost like you got to tuck in one wire at a time and try not to break the wire, because they're such delicate little wires. There's the black one down. Come on. There's the white one down. There's a red one underneath. So we route it over this way. We tuck it into the little groove under here. And that's what that little groove here is for. Those wires are just going to sort of sneak underneath there. Come on, get under. Get under. Get under there, black one. See, and they popped up from over here. Look at that. There we go. Should be good there. That red one's popped up a little bit. It's like trying to herd a flock of ants here. You got to try and keep it all in at once. Okay. So now this one is going to route up through here, underneath here, like so. Now the bottom ones have got to kind of tuck into that little nippy groove under the bottom here. Little, so you guys can, let's see. Silly wires, get in your home. Yeah. So we can tuck these guys under here. And let's see if I can't just sort of force these ones in underneath here. Here's the red one. Come on. I almost need something flatter. Let's see. I wonder if maybe I use the tip of a very, I know what I'll do. Let's use the tip of a miniature flat screwdriver. Something that's not going to penetrate the wires necessarily, and see if they'll sort of force these things to go down under their grooves a little better. And yeah, that seems to work a little bit better. I know my hands are in the way of this a little bit, but the wires are almost too long. Almost. I mean, this is workable. Once they get in, they'll be fine. There we go. Just takes a little bit of patience. Little bit of patience. And you guys are tucked in there. And if I can just get you under there, and now just get all you guys tucked in this little slot here, we will all be happy without cutting any wires. There we go. There we go. So we're tucked in all the way up to the front, sort of tucked into the corners here, and we're tucked into the little run up here, and this goes up here, and I'm assuming that's going to probably run under somewhere like that. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Okay, cool. Okay, we got that part. I can't help but thinking of one of those things that I see on Joel's videos that says 10 minutes later. Okay. Wrote the LED wires is showing wires exit on the right side. So we are on the right side as we face front. So that's, I guess there's going to be an exit here somewhere. Okay. Support structure. The highlighted parts are built-in support structures. They're designed to break during the fan installation. Okay, so that's designed to break during the fan installation, which they've already broke. That one is broken, and that one is already broke. They've already broken, and I was hoping they were supposed to break. This one hasn't yet. So, okay. So they're designed to break. So that's going to give us a little bit of friction for the fans fitting in, is what I'm reading, and when it says that, so which is good. Put this away. I missed one of the grooves. No. Where? Oh. Yeah, you mean this guy's got to come around here. You're right. Otherwise it would be pinched off. Good thing somebody's paying attention out there. Thanks, Brendan. Over there. There we go there, and then under there. There we are. Okay. I think that's the one you were referring to, was that one there by my thumb. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, because the hot end is going to sit up in here. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oops. This one. Got it. Okay. Now we need to find a hot end fan. Okay, where are my fans? Let's see. Oh, all my fans are already on the screen. Electronics, motion, belts, chains, and fans. Here we go. Okay. Whoa, look at the size of that hot end fan. Look, 2 hot end fan. I'm just kidding. The hot end fan is going to probably be right here. So here we have a hot end fan, which is a brushless DC fan, 24 volts, 0.04 amps. And it even says right on here, hot end fan. Yay! Okay. Fan orientation. Rotate the fan so that the wires exit on the top and the air is pushed inwards. Well, yeah, the air always pushes towards the logo. And the wires are going to exit on the top. And so the hot end fan is going to kind of just push in. So the wires are almost going to take the same route as the LED fans. So we push. So we push this in. Oh, I almost made a mistake. I almost put the fan face down, saying, yeah, the fan pushes inwards, but hey, the air is going to go this way through here. So I want the logo to face up when I have this up. Just about messed it up. Okay, so it goes in the top. Wires are going to come out the top. We insert the fan this way first, and then we snap it in. And those are those ones that are intended to break, just like that. So there we have the fan inserted, just like so. Okay. And I'm sure there's going to be a wire route for this, which is probably going to be very similar to this one, but we'll see. This is going to actually, I think, go to the PCB board, which that's a whole other story. Okay. Insert the fan at a slight angle and clip it into place. Mind the fan orientation. Well, I think I've done. They wanted the wires coming out the top, and they wanted make sure the blower orientation is right, which is the logo facing the hot end. Okay. Fan wire routing. Route the fan wires is shown. Exit on the right side. Yeah, same thing. But I think I kind of pinched these a bit, so I think I've got to pop this out a bit, which fortunately it's not hard to do. I think I got to just get the wires moved over a little bit. I think I had them pinching going the other way. So we're going to do this. Pop this in again. like so, and like so. There we go. Now we have the wires coming up, the same groove as the LEDs, up and through, underneath, and we can force it to go in to the little groove here. Come on, get in there. There you go. And make sure they are tucked underneath. Make sure I am not pinching any wires. There we go. There we go. So we are nice and clean. So we have nice clean wire routing at the top of the fan. So there's still room for that hot end to be placed inside there. Looking good so far. Okay. Take the wires out of the clip on the fan. No, that worked, unless it's not really going to affect the length. I think we're okay, though. I see what you mean, but I think we're okay. Did it say to? Let's see. It didn't mention it. It just said to make sure the wires come out the top. I think we're okay. There's a slight difference in length, but pulling them out of that clip is not going to affect that, give me any longer length. As a matter of fact, if I did pull it out of that, it would orientate itself across here. I'd have to come back down the groove anyways and up that way. So I think we're okay. Looks good to me so far. This is my first Stealthburner. Hey, Jason, how are you? Okay. Let's go on. Oh, I get to take a part cooling fan apart. So, part cooling fan, I believe, for whatever reason, let's make sure I'm not, oh no, I got a different, see, this one has two, oh, this is for the Nevermore V5. Oh, that's for the, these fans and everything are for the filter. Okay, put you aside. So this is going to be the part cooling fan. And this is the one that I get to strip down and take apart. So, yay, fun. Okay, so here we have our parts so far. Let me give you guys a little closer view of that. It feels like that's zoomed way out. When I can easily do, bear with me here, whoop. There, I think that's a better view right there. And then I'm going to darken that camera. I made it a little too bright. We'll configure this video. We'll darken it up just, there we go. And maybe the contrast just, there we go. Apply, okay, okay, and let's get back at it. Yay! Okay. 16 people watching. Much appreciated, Otto. Okay. Remove the front of the 5015 fan, clip off and file down the stock mounting ears. Okay, so we are going to remove this. So that is by taking these little pieces right here and snap off. Snap off. Is there 3 of them? Oh, there is 3 of them. And snap off. So we are removing this piece right here. We need to snip off. So remove, clip off and file down the ears. Okay, so clip off the ears. Ow! Oh, the ears on the fan. Sorry. I was going to say, okay, clip that ear off. I know that was a bad joke. It was just, just my attempt at humor. My attempt at causing injury during a stream. Clip off the ears. There we go. I don't know if they need filing, but I will. They did include 3 little pieces of sandpaper, which I assume, or 2 pieces of sandpaper, which I'm going to assume are for the filing or smoothing of that part where the ears were. So let's just go ahead and go ahead and give it a little rub, shall we? Nothing like a little rub to smooth things out. So let's do that. Okay. And the other one was right here. Oh, that's a little smoother. And the other one is right here. We're talking about the mounting. Oh, those mounting lugs. Oh. Oh, those. Okay. There's a trimming jig included to make this task easier. Oh, they're talking about these things. I thought they were talking about the little tabs. Oh, well, I thought that was too easy. Okay, so I have to cut these off and file them down. Okay, no, I don't think I printed a trimming jig. Jason, hey, like, come on, look. There we go. This says it all. Okay, that says it all. Okay, so they're talking about trimming these pieces. I wonder if I should not use these. I was trying to trim something with these earlier today. I won't tell you what. I was trimming, and one of the points broke off like a bullet, hit me in the bottom of the neck. Didn't cut me, fortunately. It hurt like heck, but just like a bullet. So, but let's try it anyways. Okay, that's off. I don't know where those pieces went to. Okay. We'll get it started anyways. Let's see if I can aim this to fire up somewhere where I'm not going to step on it later. There we go. Okay. See how far I can trim these down with the side cutters. Yeah, that's going to need a little bit of work. Okay, yeah, well, I assume we just want it so it's a smooth transition here is what we're looking for. Okay. Had I known this, I would have done this pre-stream, but that's okay. I can make this work. Who knows where these pieces are flying to? That's what vacuum cleaners are for. I want to make sure I'm not going to crush any of these fins. I'm just being very careful. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is see if I can't chisel. Yeah, don't put your finger right in front of the chisel. Okay, that's. I don't know how easy this will sand, but let's just see. Do I have a file? I may have a file in my garage. Let's see. They didn't include a file in this kit, did they? No. Everybody's eagerly waiting for me to cut myself. I know it. I'm going to try something here. Ooh, that took a bit too much off, but it worked. It worked. That's okay. I think that's fine. It's not going to impede the operation of the fan. other than maybe a little air escape, but I can always hot glue that in. There we go. Oh, we got one done. Woohoo. Let's see if I can do the same to the other one. Try not to be as aggressive, but same idea. Got a little bit of a hole, but I can hot glue that in. Or actually just throw a little piece of electrical tape over that. Oh no, I won't hot glue the fan. But what I'm going to do is grab a tiny piece of tape. Let's see. There it is. Just a tiny piece of tape. And we'll cover that little holes that I made on each side, but it should be fine. Okay. And we'll just slit this down the middle. And we will just, it's a little smaller. And we'll just cover this side like so. You'd never even know it was there. Hot glue will melt in the heated chamber. Okay. I will not do that. We'll just do this. This will be fine to hold it. Maybe I was a little aggressive with it, but hey. There we go. So don't do it this way. Take your time, be patient with it, and get a file. Sandpaper. That sandpaper would have taken forever to get that down. There we go. I think we're okay now. Okay. Let's move along. Nothing to see here. Okay. Whoops. We have it. Okay. And worst case scenario, I replace it. But I think we're going to be fine. I have every bit of confidence in my work. Okay. That is going to go into the Stealthburner. And it's going to be fixed in with M3x6 screws. So this is going to go, the wires are going to kind of, so this is going to go in like so. Actually, there's almost a little pattern there. I see, and there's a little spring load thing here. So we put it in at a bit of an angle. There we go. So that's going to go in just like that. So the front is basically looking just like that. Look at that. See, and you don't even see my hack job. Okay. Now we need M3x6. FH, first package I pulled out. Come on, you guys. That's a first for me on this build and on my other builds. M3x6 flathead cap screws. Look at that. And I believe these are going to self-tap. Okay, so we need 2 of these. That is going to be the little wee one. That one right here. And that's going to self-tap right to there. When we're inserting self-tappers, we don't want to tighten them too tight because they will strip easier than, you can say, banana shortbread. There we go. We'll test the fit. We are in, secure. This one can probably go another half a turn. Yeah, we're good. There we go. Look at that. The front of it's starting to look like really cool and awesome and stuff. Okay, beverage break. This beverage break is brought to you by, look at the cool Tim Hortons cups you get here. Canadian flag on top of it. Built-in straw that you can't really lose. Love those cups. Okay. Shall we move on? Yeah, it went about as expected. Yeah, it did. For me. Okay, now we get to mount something on the... Really? We're at that stage already? Wow. Wow. Cool. Okay. Yeah. We get to mount something. So let me put a few things away here. I'm gonna guess I don't need this half of that fan anymore, so we'll toss it in the recycle box. Let's move this out of the way here. Some sandpaper. Ah, good for getting rid of those blemishes. And then we will get this guy ready here, and I'm going to get this camera pointed up here so that this camera, that bright light in the background, is not going to be an issue. It shouldn't be, but if it is, oh well. And then we'll point this camera, actually the overhead camera, can be pointed kind of, oh, what are you doing? Kind of like that. So you kind of get a view of what I'm doing here. There we go. Look at that. We'll do our best to give you a good view. Okay, so let's go on. So the next stage is the printer specific part. So we've already done most of this. Why am I missing that tiny little flat piece that they're showing in the middle here? I made that piece, and oh, maybe it's in this box. I was going to say, do you think I could find it when I was prepping for the stream? It's not in there. It is around. Maybe it's on the. Oh, there it is, right there. Right there. I put it there so I wouldn't lose it. Okay, let's just leave it right on the bed there. That's the piece I was looking for. Smaller the piece, the easier it is to lose. So we've already put on the X carriage mount based on this next step. So that's already been done. Okay, that has been done. The belts have been tensioned. That part has been done. The 2 screws in the front have been done. The only thing I haven't done is kind of get these belts out of the way like they're showing. So let's just loop this belt in and loop this belt in. So it's kind of in and out of the way like they show in the picture. So if I show you on my, actually, I wonder if I could get this camera. I wonder if it's possible. Actually, if I push this down here and then just go straight up like this, that might be okay. Yeah, that'll be okay. I don't think that light's too blinding there if we do this. So I've just got these little belts pushed in, kind of like they've shown in the drawing, just looping around. I don't think they're going to be in the way there because I think everything sits in front of this. Now, for those of you on stream that really, there we go. The next step is kind of, let me go to the overhead again here. So the next step is kind of, and we've done that. We've measured the 3 millimeters as far as the those screws go. So we've done this step already. So here's where we're at now. So this step talks about a Omron style probe. I don't think I have that probe. So I'm going to look through my parts again. I have a clicky kit. So it's not in that box for sure. It's not in the motion box. So the motion box is all done. These, I think, are just spare parts. I hope. I really hope those are spare parts. I'm just going to have a quick peek in here. Nothing in there that is going to interest me in here right now. Maybe it was in electronics too. Yeah, I think I have the clicky, which is what. So I have the clicky kit. So we have the. Yeah, so we have the clicky kit that came with it. Boop. So I'm assuming then, for those of you that are on here, if I got the clicky kit, I can ignore this step, because I don't believe there's a probe in here at all anyways. So because it came with the clicky kit, so we'll ignore this step. So we're obviously not going to put anything in here. We're just going to leave it. So you want to build your clicky for yours someday. Well, I'm going to build my clicky one day too. But so we'll just leave this step for now. Other probe types. The picture shows a recommended Omron TLQ Q5MC probe. Other probes with similar form factor, and characteristics might work as well. So I don't know if the clicky goes in here. Does the clicky go in there? Let's see. I don't think so. Clicky, I think, is a whole other set of instructions. Yeah, and GitHub, it's got a link to the probe. I think I have to print some parts for the clicky. If you did not print the clicky parts, you should have them and install them now while it's apart. Oh, so the clicky parts. So I should have printed some parts for the clicky that go in here. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay, because so here's the instructions going through. Here, let me just switch the display. So here's the instructions going through the probe mounting, and then we have the hot end mounting. So there we have the Clockwork 2 mounting in there, and then we have the hot end mounting in here, and then we have the Stealthburner mounting. Then we have the 80XL mount going on top of all that, and that is it. And then after that, we get into electronics. So because I haven't printed the clicky parts, because honestly, I didn't know. Anyways, no excuses. I obviously could have read ahead. I could have learned a bit more, and I could have printed some parts that I actually needed. So because I haven't printed the clicky parts, I can kind of move off from this a little bit now, and I can probably start the electronics. You click me not. Dan, that's funny. You currently have the melty probe. I don't want something that's going to melt. Going to swap for AB and SB and clicky. What is AB and SB? Going to swap AB for SB. Oh, afterburner for Stealthburner and add a clicky. Okay, so I can do the clicky at a later date. I can start the electronics now because there's a lot of mounting to do in the electronics, I believe. And then I can get back to this after I print the clicky parts. So let's just really quickly, so that I know where I'm going while I have my team on here. I'm going to go to this says to go to github.com/ALAS1/clicky-probe. This takes me to clicky probe. Okay, and then if I go to Clipper Macros CAD probe updates, oh, these are the step files. Actually, I want to see a picture. I want to see what this clicky looks like. Oh man, there's too many pictures. Oh, they're afterburner mount and Stealthburner mounts. I get it. Okay. Probes, probe updates, clicky NG, clicky probe. I think the clicky probe is what I've got, which looks like. Oh, okay, I see. In Discord, you sent me a link. Okay, let me have a look. let me open that link. Oh, you sent me a link in Discord. Let me open Discord here. See if I can. Where's my Discord? Come on, here we go. So let's go to my Discord and let's go to in general. No, events, ideas and feedback, makers projects. Let's see where it was sent to. I don't know, but I think I'm on the right page, possibly. Okay, that part mounts in place of the probe. Okay. So if I look at the STLs, well, there's a few parts to print. Okay, so 1 millimeter spacer, clicky probe long. And then we have clicky probe longer. Okay. Okay, so if I just go ahead and print all these parts, I'm probably okay. Probe press fit holder. Okay. Press fit helper. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll do that. I'll get those parts printed, and then we can come back to the hot end. Yeah. Okay. So I'll get those parts printed. We can come back to the hot end, and we can continue that build after I get the parts printed. Yeah, because I don't want to build it and then take it apart just to build it again. So so that was the end of. If we go back to the manual, that was the end of the Stealthburner manual, was mounting everything in. Okay, and then that's after, obviously, the probe gets mounted in and the ADXL. And then that was the end. And so continuing on from there, then we are looking at, so basically, this was the afterburner hot end section where we switched over to the Stealthburner, and then after the hot end is done, then we get into the electronics. So there we are. Video on the clicky, it's a good one. Okay, let me bookmark that, and let me get into here. Let me open that, and I see. Okay, and that's from Scott Korn. Okay, and I'm going to pause that. I'm going to go save, watch later. Perfect. Great. Thanks, Dan. I will watch that for sure. And right now we can get back into the electronics and get moving on that. So, okay. So let's just kind of put these things aside, put some parts where I'm not going to lose them. Move this camera back over. Now I can either start the electronics now, or I can, I'm only going for about 2.5 hours tonight, till about 7:30-ish. We have some things to do tonight, but so let's see. Let me see what's involved in the beginning of the electronics part, and let's see what we want to do. I can either do this, or I can just actually go ahead and do some printing and print the clicky probe parts. But looks like electronics. Okay, Raspberry Pi, controller board, PSU, 5-volt PSU, solid state relay, power inlet, blah blah blah. Looks like we got to turn the printer on its side. Now this is another one. Did I print the right parts for these? We hope so. We certainly hope so. So let's try. Yeah, let's go ahead and find the parts for that. Oh, perfect, Dan. That's great. Okay. Hey, Dum Dum Dev, how are you? Okay, so we are going to Stealthburner fastener kit. Backup. Oh, that's the backup pieces. I got all. These are all the spare parts that they give you with this kit. Lots of spare parts. Okay, so we're going to carefully turn this guy on its side. Let's do it with this so you can witness the damage. So it's getting heavy a little bit. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Didn't even drop it on the floor. Want to hear a funny story? You're going to hear it anyways. I knew we were doing electronics. I was looking for these pieces for a good 10 minutes today thinking, where did I put them? They're already mounted. Yeah. Go figure. So, okay. So first thing we got to do is find those printed parts, which is for the Raspberry Pi. Okay. Now, there were so many versions of those stupid little clips that I certainly hope I got the right ones printed. So I'm going to pull out all the little electronic mount things that I printed. Oh gosh, if I wasn't sure which version of something to print, I printed them all. So, like, I've got more of these things for some. Anyways, let's get these hex keys out of here. And there's another one. There's another one. Like, all these clip things that I printed because I wasn't sure which ones to print. There's another one. Like, this one says U200. I think that's the only one that says something. This one says U350. I'm assuming that's the size of the bed. I don't know. What else? I got tons of spare parts. Who knows what this is for? Anyways. I think that's all they're looking for here. Those are all the mounts. Now, did I print any in gold? I don't think I did. No, I think we're okay here. Oh, there's another clippy thing. Keep your carousel from turning with a couple small wedges. Oh, I don't mind if this turns. This works okay. I'd like to round my corners off though, because they can be a bit annoying. They can probably be as annoying as the sound of me rustling around in parts with a microphone right above the box. Especially if you're wearing headphones, but anyways. Okay. I think I've got all the parts there, all the two mounts. Although, why did I think I had bigger mounts than that? I thought they were actually bigger, the mounts I had, but anyways, we're gonna live with this for now. So let's put that there. So it doesn't look like I have the Raspberry Pi mount. I have this one. I know I printed out the one that said Raspberry Pi. I've got a square one, so let's go ahead and look at the overhead here, and let's move this right down here. Come on. There we go. I've got this one, which does not look like the picture, and I've got this one, which does not look like the picture, and I have all these different little springy type looking thingamadoobers. I know there's bigger mounts here. I know I printed more than these two. But, I don't know where they are. Unless I have another bin of parts somewhere. Okay, so let's see. What's the one in the picture look like? It's got two holes in the top, as does every one of them. And it's got a funky looking... Actually, it looks like the first one I picked up. What's the main difference between all these things? Those two look the same. This one's a little different. Gosh, too many parts. Those two, those are the same. That's the same. That's the same. And that's the same. So 5. Looks like I have, and this is the same. Looks like I have 6 of this one piece. that's showing on screen, and then 2. Oh no, these 2 are even different. So I have 6 of these, and then there's 2 different ones here. Okay. The one with the H says pi, and I'm good to go. Does this say pi on it? No, and there's one I printed that does say pi on it, and you think, or does it say pi inside it somewhere? Gosh. I'm sure I printed one, and I know it had the word pi on it. Where are my parts? Okay, well. Hey, Thomas Lama. 1977 all out. Hello, hello. How do I like the Stream Deck? Would I use it if I didn't stream? Probably not. It helps my stream because I can go boom, 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 and whatever. So I don't think I'd use it if I didn't stream. Got to deal with real life for a few. Be right back. Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to go quickly see if I can find more parts. I am missing a few parts. And I'm trying to remember where I put them. Let's see. No. No. Those are 0.1. Maybe. There's some skirt parts. No, these are all my carbon fiber parts that I printed for it. Some I used, some I didn't. Wow. Interesting. Interesting, he said. It's got me scratching my noggin now. Maybe the parts I got are fine. Yeah. Yep. I printed so many friggin' parts. Hey, Andrew Osmond. Okay, well, let's just go with it for now and see what's going on. So that H part. So this one here. Well, let's just have a look. This is what's going to mount to the Raspberry Pi. Let's grab my Raspberry Pi and see. Let's just see if it'll actually fit. Because we got the Pi right here. It might work. It might just work. So we have a Pi 4, Raspberry Pi 4, 16 gig. Came with the kit. Never been opened. There we go. Let's see if that's actually going to fit on this mount. No, it's not. So that's not the right one. Now this one, it fits on this one. Okay, so that's probably the mount for it. It fits on this, so that's probably the one I need. Does that say Raspberry Pi anywhere on it though? No. I'm sure it did when I printed it. When I printed the part, I was sure it said Pi. Anyways, it smells like pie. It's all good. Okay. Okay, let's just go ahead and do what we got to do here. Actually, we're going to go back to this one. And we are going to just like so. There we go. Okay, so we want to, if I lower that a hair more, you can actually see what I'm doing on the desk too. There we go. So we want to take this mount here, and we want to, no, you can see this isn't going to work the way the instructions are showing. Dang. Unless I do it on 2 of these. I'm so confused right now. That'll work if I put it on 2, and then I believe these just clip on. If I'm not mistaken, these things just clip on somehow to there, or they slide in from the ends or something. Or does it go under? No. Oh, there we are. Yeah, they just clip on. Okay. Let's just try it. This goes under here, and it just sort of just, oops, under here, and it snaps on. There we go. And then to get it off, you just pull that. Okay, cool. So I could use two, but this I thought was for the board. The main, no, because I printed one for the octopus as well. Dang. Anyways, instead of bitching, why don't I just do stuff? So let's go ahead and just use these. Use this one. But then that makes it. Ah, frig. I don't know what to do here. Okay. We'll just use this one, and if I have to reprint some parts. Actually, let me just take a quick peek here. Let me see the parts I printed, because I have a list of what I printed and what I didn't print here. Okay, shut down. That's fine. Where are we here? We are on the Voron 2.42 gold parts, 2.4 R2, LDO files, firmware. Where's the electronics parts printed? And Raspberry Pi PSU stabilizer. Okay, no. Man. No. Pi, Raspberry Pi bracket. Here we are. Yeah, and I printed that because it's in. So right here, I'm going to bring this over to this screen. We're going to share this. So I am obviously losing my mind or something, because there's the part I printed for the Raspberry Pi, and it even says right on it, Pi. And that's the part they're looking for here. Right? So, yeah. And I printed this. The way I do it is when I print something, I take the STL, I put it in a folder called printed. So I printed this. Where the I put it is another question. So I've got some printed parts somewhere that I just have misplaced, obviously, when I shuffled a few things around, enlarging the size of the studio. So I'm going to take one more look through this box. It's not a big part. But there's definitely some parts that I have misplaced. I thought I kept them all together. See, the viewership just drops when I come up with these little hiccups, but that's okay. I still love everybody anyways. Dang. Well, I didn't print it in gold, did I? Let's see. No. Definitely not here. And I think I'm going to run into the same issue with the, let me just check and see with the octopus board. Element octopus bracket set right here. Yeah, see the octopus bracket set. Switch over here and we'll go boom, boom, and there's the octopus bracket set that I printed. It was in my folder called printed. So that's another set I should have had printed that should be here somewhere. Okay. So I think I got a message. Let me check this message. Dun, 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 dun. When did he message me? When? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Somebody else messaged me. Okay. That was earlier today. So I got to print some parts. Obviously, I have lost some parts. Why? Yeah, this is crazy. Let me take one more look around here and see where I might have another container of parts. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Worst case scenario, we're going to do a bit of printing. But not the most exciting thing to watch. Okay, those are 0.1 parts. 0.1 parts, 0.1 parts. I have enough parts to build another 0.1. Oh, man. Well, I swear I'm losing my mind then. Now, the other possibility is I printed them at my other office and left them, but no, I didn't. They were here. Let's check in here. Whoops. Let's check in here. No parts in here. These are just all screws. Dang. I didn't throw them out. I wouldn't do that. I'm missing some parts, guys. I got to reprint some parts. Can you skip that for now? I suppose I could. Let's see what's next. Where's the document? Right here. Let's just go ahead and let's see what's next. So we have that. We can go there. There's mounting the Pi. That's fine. Then we have the 5-volt power supply unit. Yeah, let's just see if hopefully I printed some parts for these things. Let's just see. So let's find. Let's see what we've got. This should be, what is this? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the display, I think. Just going to find the 5-volt power supply. I know my mains are over on the table behind me. Organization is key. Yeah. I'm usually organized a little better, but poop happens. Okay, let's go. I'm wondering if I got a 5-volt power supply. I got my octopus board, so I got my main board here, right there. I have my main power supply, which is a Meanwell 200 watt, 24 volt. We have the main power supply here. Did they give me a 5-volt power supply? Wire. wire, Raspberry Pi. These are just fans. Okay. And then we have in this electronics. There is no, we have a solid state relay, which we're going to need. We don't have a 5-volt power supply. This is a mini 12. That's the screen. That's the display. Electronics 2 of 2. We have our thermal block kits. We have our clicky kit. We have our tool head PCBs and our PCBs. We have an input shaper toolkit, and we have a whole bunch of steppers. I don't see a 5-volt power supply. That's going to be something I have to order, I suppose. I thought this came with everything. Switch wire is going haywire. Aha. Well, I am going nowhere but downhill with this freaking build tonight. Don't have a 5-volt power supply. Don't seem to have the proper parts printed for some of this. I've got a mains. I have an SSD, an SSR. Crap. Wow. Well, let's see if I can prepare these ones anyways. Let's just scroll ahead here and see. Let's just, whatever. Here's the mains. We're going to use, that's a 24-volt PSU. And I wonder if these ones are going to be the same size. No, they're not, because we're going to be using M4 by 6s through these to screw into here. And I will bet you somehow, for some reason, I bet you I don't have the pieces for this either. This is very, very... That's not the right one. Nope. Well, we're done. Looks like we're done. I've obviously gotten myself very confused with pieces that I've been printing. This needs the proper clips. This needs M4 by 6 button head screws, and none of these actually fit this screw right here. None of these actually fit the width of the holes on these, because you need one here and you need one here, but none of these pieces I printed are proper. So not even this one, which looks close, but it's not. This one says U350 on it. It's not that. It's not going to be any of these. And there's a U200, which is even smaller. So I don't have the right pieces for this. I'm going to have to look into that and print those. Controller board. Yeah. Nope. The relay mount. See, and I don't, yeah. Okay, well, gives me something to do. Kind of stuck. Obviously, I need to do some more printing, and I thought I was well ahead of the game with the printing of the pieces for this. So, a little disappointed, but it is what it is. No sense crying over spilled milk. This will be a shorter stream than usual. That's all. Sorry, guys. I can't really do much. I thought even as Dum Dum Dev said, can I move on with something else? But really, if I keep watching the instructions, no, there's really nothing else I can move on to right now without, I've got to double check all these freaking pieces going forward for make sure I've got all the correct pieces printed. So I don't know what all these ones, I mean, yeah, I have a feeling that I've got a box of pieces somewhere and I cannot locate it. So that's probably what's happening. So, oh well, happens. Means I get to, yeah, it happens. I'm just going to have to go through page by page for the rest of the build here. I'm going to go through page by page and I'm going to organize pieces and make sure I have the pieces printed. I'll get a whole bunch started tonight. Yeah, it is what it is. So, but we still had fun. We still had an hour and a half long stream of finishing off the Stealthburner. We have that ready to go. Woohoo! And maybe I'll do a midweek stream on this after I get some pieces printed, and we'll just so we can keep it caught up because we're dragging into 6 weeks or so of working on this. So that's quite a long time for that. So, but I'm not in any rush to build it. I'm not in a huge rush, but I know you guys and me. I'm excited to see it up and getting going. So I want to see this. I want to see this go because it's like the coolest thing on the planet. So, yeah. No, it's not. But anyways, yeah. So I'm going to look into the pieces that I need to do. Man, they don't really do the best job at describing them on the instructions, but the list of pieces I downloaded should specifically say what they were for. Don't forget to print the clicky probe parts. No, I will not. As a matter of fact, because I'm just an old fart, I'm going to write down a note here. I have a pad here I keep notes on for certain things. Like I'm going to look into the MakerBase MSK skipper, clippy parts, L-I-P-P-Y, clicky parts. Clicky parts to print. And of course, I'm going to look right away into all these mounts for the electronics, electronics panel, and make sure I have all the proper mounts. Obviously, I think a couple of these ones that I have are fine, but I'm obviously missing. I'm missing it for the PSU. I'm missing a 5-volt power supply, which is no big deal. I can get it on Amazon, but I thought for sure they would include a 5-volt power supply for the Raspberry Pi, but I definitely not missing any parts boxes from this kit. I've got them all organized, but and I don't see a 5-volt power supply in any of them. So I may have to order that on my own because I think you can power it also off of the main board. But from what I understand, it's better to power it on its own for the Raspberry Pi. So yeah. Okay, well, we'll do that. We will we'll get a bed full of pieces going tonight. Just have to throw some black ABS on my FlashForge there, and we'll get a bed full of these pieces going and have them ready for the next time. So anyways, guys, sorry I'm going to end this sooner than later, but it is what it is, and I just need to get my act together and get these parts properly printed. So for the first part of the build, I was always checking and making sure I had the parts, and I was confident that I had them for this part, but obviously little brain fart going on here. So, and that's what I get for being so old. So anyways, guys, let's end it now. Let's put me out of my misery, and we will we'll go from here, and we will be back possibly during the week for a stream to get this caught up, and definitely next Sunday. So thank you everybody for hanging out for as long as you did tonight, and we'll continue this next week. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.